all the news and interviews you know and love. It's the Northwest's #1 racing podcast, the Sean in the Dirt podcast. This is Sean, and you're in the dirt.
All right, Sean the Dirt, with your winner at night 3 of the fastest 5 days here at Cottage Grove Speedway, Jesse Schlotfeldt. We've talked after a lot of wins. This might be the biggest, huh?
Yeah, I'd say so far in my career.
I mean, there's been Clay Cups and all different other weekly wins and all different things. But so this race tonight, qualifying was kind of interesting, where you got a lap. I was sitting up there, and it's funny because I think Dom alerted somebody, and then he's the one you knocked out. So how's that? It's kind of interesting how that works, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely a saving grace. Yeah, I was pretty confused on the track myself when, I went to turn 3 and they said the track was green, go, and so getting my warm-up lap, I feel, was probably important to be able to set the rest of the night up for sure. Yeah,
and then after that, you started on the outside there in the main event from Tanner there, you and Tanner, and got a good jump. Talk about the main event there.
Yeah, I mean, I knew the most important part was just getting out in clean air. I mean, it was his situation too, just trying to chase somebody down on that narrow of a track when it's that fast around one line. It's tough, so I tried timing it perfectly. I felt I probably couldn't have done it any better, so lap traffic was tricky, just once again with how narrow the track was. I smoked the walk a couple too many times, blew the ladder out of it, kind of became a handful. And just, I mean, that caution was probably a big saving grace, just trying to get back out into clean air and let the car do its thing instead of just focusing on working around all the slower cars. So, no, big thanks to my guys. Definitely they've taken a lot of pressure off me this week. I get to sleep a little more, and they stay up late and do a lot of the work. So, wouldn't have been able to do all this without them.
Yeah. Now, what goes through your mind when you get past, and then the caution comes out, and then of course you're back in first. Then what? What are you thinking?
I mean, I felt like out in clean air, it's just, once again, it's just so hard. Even if you can run down the guy in front of you, it's not like you can really make a whole lot of speed to go underneath of them and slide across their nose, and the track's not wide enough. So clean air was definitely just a huge, probably the biggest part of the race. I mean, it is in any race that you're leading most of the time. So I just hitting my marks and just trying to stay calm and collected. That was the biggest thing for sure.
And you've been to Cottage Grove a lot, so you've seen a lot of different track conditions here. Yeah. Tonight was a little different with the cloud cover, right?
Yeah. This track's changed a lot over the past few years. Different surface, different track shape. I feel like some nights it's good, and some nights it suffers a little bit. It suffered a little bit, I feel, through the main and the heat races. But obviously, I mean, it was good for me, good enough for me. It was awesome. So yeah, no, a big shout out to Heather and the crew for getting the track best it can. So just couldn't be happier tonight.
A big crowd for Friday night here.
Big crowd for sure. Yeah, no, it's good to see the big fans of Cottage Grove come out and support their local track for sure. I know the track's it needs the fans. So tracks can't live without the fans. So.
And you've been very consistent. I know you were sitting 4th going into tonight, and that's good. And then winning this can't hurt in that point run and trying to be the champion of the fastest 5 days. I know McFadden's going to be hard to beat there with a couple wins, but just keep knocking out these good runs, huh?
Yeah. Consistency. I think that's just kind of what we've been looking for. I still got a lot of learning to do in a 410 for sure. They're wild. They're so wild, but I feel like we're getting it down, and I'm starting to, I'm learning a lot of craft as a driver myself. So, and all my sponsors as well. Grinders Automotive, Marine, Shark Racing Engines, Triple X Race Components, J1S7 Suspension, High Performance Lubricants, Pacific Performance Coatings, Cuz Concrete, JMI, and Birch Equipment.
Dad's here, and of course Hunter, right? Hunter right next to you here.
Big Hunter Brady, nationally known. Yeah, he's world famous. So no, he's been a huge help this year. Connor, Lyndon, my dad, obviously, my girlfriend at home. She couldn't make it, but always supporting me, always boosting me up. So no, it's just looking forward to try and keep this momentum going throughout the week.
All right. Well, of course you got some fans waiting, so we'll let you get to them. And congratulations.
Appreciate it.
This is Sean, and you're in the dirt. Tanner Holmes joins you right now. Cottage Grove picked up, well, second tonight. Yeah. So I know it's not what you wanted, is it?
Yeah, no, it's weird. I think, like, I don't want to say you're happy to run second, but you're more disappointed than you were every other night almost, just because you had such a good shot at winning, and felt like we kind of had it. Obviously, us both being on the front row, you kind of feel like it's teed up to you, right? Especially on a track like that. If you can really be smart, it's going to be tough for guys to pass you. So I just didn't get the start that I was looking for. I kind of had the same thing happen in the dash. So as a driver, just kind of going back and what is it that I was doing that caused me to wheelie? And then, Jesse obviously beat me into turn one and still could have won the race, but sometimes it's better to be leading, sometimes it's better to be in second, is what it is. So I thought we just did a good job pacing him as much as we could and give ourselves an opportunity every lap to be there.
And there was some contact there with the wall.
Yeah, well, Jesse had hit it like 3 times, so I actually felt like I was sitting in good shape. I'm like, one of these times it's not going to stick, right? The front stretch wall will get you here. So like I said, usually, I was actually surprised that, like I said, he was about 3 deep into it and still was okay. When I hit it, I got it really good. And then that yellow came out, saved me from running 4th or 5th. And then from there, kind of more in protect mode. I hate to do that the last 5 laps, and it's hard anyway. If you're in second with 5 to go, clean track, he's going to have to almost make a mistake for me to get by. But happy with our second, good for our team. Got to keep just building. We're right there. Obviously tonight we got great positioning, but we've also had some nights where we weren't in position, so it just feels good to have racing come back around.
And another night where you can roll the car in the trailer.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we're just down 1 Jacobs ladder, which that just means we were running hard. But yeah, no, overall happy with everything. I think we really got something that we're getting better at. And like I think I was talking with Joseph Terrell, I said, what, if this whole entire week goes bad, but we're in contention to win 100K next Saturday, that's really what we're focused on. So focus night to night, but we really just want to keep improving. I feel like we are. Qualifying speed tonight, a track that wasn't necessarily easy to qualify on. There was a lot of guys that didn't lay down good times. We still did,
How do you save it on that one where you were going into turn 1 there? Because that was some driving right there.
I guess. I don't know. I guess you just close your eyes for a second and keep good throttle. It's easy to just get so balled up in those situations, and the curb went up the racetrack. So I went over the hump, and I knew once I got over the hump I was okay. Just needed to get back down across it, and luckily, like I said, the yellow saved me. So overall, like I said, a good night. Second with NARC. These are a lot of good guys, and Cottage Grove's a place I feel like we get around really well. So just felt good that everything was right where we expected it to be.
So you've seen a lot of track conditions here. Is this a curveball for you? Or was this kind of what you've seen in the back? Because I know it's cloudy. Yeah. What didn't get to 70 today, so it's kind of more hammered down a little bit, right? Or kind of more moisture in the track.
I wish people could have saw my YouTube video, because I said at the beginning of the night, I told I hate to. I don't want to say I know it all. I just I predicted exactly what was going to happen, just because you could tell there was just so much a little moisture in the air. The cloud cover was big. They didn't really necessarily overwater, but you could just tell how wet everything was. I'm assuming it must have been wet here throughout the week. Not super warm temperatures. And whatever material they've added here, and it's weird. It's like they've mixed in some different stuff, and you can see the different color, and whatever it is just a little stickier when it gets wet, it seems like. Almost like what you see in California. So, I kind of noticed that, and then it did blow off in the spots where maybe there was less of it through the middle, and I think if they could just, I'm not a Trek Prep guy, so I have no idea, but maybe if they could blade into it or just of literally scraped some of the top off and moved it up, another 10, 15 feet, we'd have more of the racetrack. But like I said, it's not an easy job to do, and tonight, obviously, the conditions made it very favorable to be wetter than slicker.
All right, well, sponsors again?
Yeah, absolutely. Just a big thank you to Shane DeWald Trucking, Legacy Builder Supply, Orville Tax. We're sending good vibes to Dennis Taylor and him, who helps Andy Forsberg, helps myself, sending good vibes his way. JFE, QRC, Vienendahl Trucking, ABC Powder Coating, Diamond Roofing Company, Sisters Meat and Smokehouse. We'll see them tomorrow. Lentz Machinery, Epic Custom Lighting, Fast 4, Champion Car Wash, Earth Environmental, Bullseye Design and Print. I got 3 left here. Hang on. Lender Butsky Engineers, TB Tile, and I think that's most of them. So really, really appreciative of all of our support. We couldn't do it without them, and obviously we've been a little hard on equipment this year, so that's when it's key to have good people behind you, just to make sure your operation still moves in a circle.
All right, well, good luck tomorrow night. We'll see you at Douglas County, or we're going to Willamette. What night are we on? Do we even know what day it is?
It's 3, and we'll be on 4, and then 5. And
I know where we're going on Sunday. I got that one locked down.
Hopefully at this rate, we went from DNF to 5th to a 2nd. So if everything's looking good, hopefully we're talking tomorrow. First interview of the night.
All right. Thank you. This is Sean, and you're in the dirt. Justin Sanders joins us right now, and very consistent in these 5 days, huh?
Yeah, we're consistent. Just track wasn't even ready to really hot lap on it. We went out and qualified, and track just got faster, and we ended up 11th, and third to second in the heat, and started 8th, and just kind of started too far back, and just got to 4th pretty early, and just had trouble with lap cars. And I'd make a move, and one would kind of get tight in front of me. Actually, I think I clipped one of them, lost a spot, had to fight it back. Then I'd pass somebody, yellow come out, and then I think I passed passed almost for second, yellow come out. So just circumstance. Congrats to my buddy Jesse and Hunter. We'll try to keep this consistency streak alive and actually click off a couple wins.
Yeah, Hunter's just growing and making guys win, huh?
Oh yeah, he's good. He knows his stuff. He's worked with me for a couple years, and he's dedicated. So he'll get wins.
Hey, I talk about who knows their stuff. It's you. You know your stuff, man.
Oh yeah, always try and try to see what we can put together and go from there. But yeah, we got a couple things to fix. Had to change a motor before.
Yeah, what's up? Just had some issues with it.
Yeah, motor had a lot of nights on it. We were trying to push it a little bit, and just I don't know, something went sour. Just didn't sound right in the heat race, and then blew some smoke out with a lap or two to go. So we just changed it. So.
And this isn't a cheap business, is it?
No, never a cheap business. And we got a couple more engines, and we'll probably have to pull our spare car down now and pull the engine out of it for just have a spare for Dirt Cup. But we'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean, you got some big races coming up, and obviously there's the ones you want to win, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll be gunning for it. We're car's good, everything's good. We'll finish these fastest 5 days and mothball everything for Dirt Cup and try to go get another one.
All right. Well, good luck.
Thank you.
This is Sean, and you're in the dirt. Dominic Gorden, 4th place run tonight at Cottage Grove, huh? How was that?
Yeah, it was great. Track was really tricky, really high speed tonight, really hooked up. We showed speed all night, not so much in qualifying, but we really got the car dialed in the heat and the dash and the main, picking up a few spots, and ultimately came home 4th.
Yeah, this fastest 5 days is a grind. We've got all these different weather conditions, and we get to Cottage Grove, and it's overcast all day, doesn't even hit 70, and the track conditions are completely different than what you've seen, huh?
Yeah, the weather up here is beautiful. Even on a cold day like this, I love it. A lot better than California. Track's just been 3 completely different tracks. We've had hooked up wide open racetracks and dead slick to a curb racetracks, and this was kind of a good medium, very tricky, very technical, and just excited for tomorrow.
Now, during that race, there was a lot going on in that race, and you were there for 3rd, or even maybe 2nd at that one point there with Tanner, but then the caution came out, huh?
Yep, got by Tanner 2 times on a restart, and then caution came out that same lap. It sucks, but it's all part of it. I'm proud to say we were fast, and we really picked up the pace when it came to traffic.
So who helps you out on this thing, and what's this 5 days like on this? I mean, I know you love to race, right? That's what you do. You're a racer, right? But 5 days has got to be a challenge, huh?
Yeah, no, it is. But man, I love speed weeks. If I could race every day of the year, I would. I just love racing, and getting to race 5 days in a row, 9 days throughout 2 weeks it's a dream. I can't thank everybody that helps us get up here. Gary Silva Ranches, JI Apparel, Silva's All Natural Beef, JB Critchley, Mid-Valley Financial, Shaggy, Jarrett, Garen, Hunter, Chip, my dad. They do a lot in the shop, inside and out of the shop, to get us to the track each week, and without them, none of this would be possible.
Has Shaggy been with you since you started racing?
Yeah, I've been working with him since about 2021, 2020, maybe 2019 actually, when I started racing micros, and we picked him up at the end of last year to be our full-time crew chief, and it's turned out to be a really good decision.
All right. Well, good luck tomorrow night. We'll see you at Willamette.
Yep, thank you.
This is Sean, and you're in the dirt.